Hi friend, I just wanted to take a minute to invite you to our Lash Biz Babes Experience 2026. This is a one-day all online event happening on May 2nd, and our theme for the year is going all in. We are shaking things up and doing it differently than anyone ever has before. This is going to be an all online event as usual, but it's going to be 100% a curated journey throughout your day as we guide you through the mindset, strategy, and passion needed to go all in on your business to make it your best year in business yet. All lash artists, estheticians, and beauty professionals are invited to join us. There will be guided sessions, interactive workshops, a panel discussion, and big giveaways happening throughout that whole day. And tickets are on sale now for only $199. Payment plans are available. Let's go all in on our businesses for 2026 together. All the details and the link for tickets are down in the show notes below. I would love to have you join us online in May. Welcome to Lash Biz Babes, the podcast for solo beauty business owners who want to build a full clientele and create a business and life that they truly love. My name is Erica. I'm your host. I'm a lash artist turned beauty business coach, lash educator, and social media manager for salons and beauty businesses. I'm so happy that you're here. Let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. Welcome to this week's episode of Lash Biz Babes. My name is Erica. I'm your host, and this week we are going to be talking about why caption writing is so dang hard for you and what you are missing that makes it so difficult. So welcome to the show. If you are new, I'm so glad you're here. If you are returning and listening to another episode, thank you for tuning back in. We are really working on growing the show right now, so if you have friends or maybe even family members who are in the beauty industry who could benefit from listening, please share it with them and leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts at. This would really help us as we work on growing and reaching more beauty pros to be able to help them grow their businesses too. So now that I got that out of the way, let's just jump right into the episode. This week, like I said, we're going to talk about what you're missing that makes caption writing so difficult. And that is, you have no idea what your brand messaging is. When most people think of branding, they think the visual branding aspect of it all, the fonts, the colors, the aesthetics, the pretty grid, and all that. Don't get me wrong. Those are extremely important parts of your branding. But if you are only focused on making things look aesthetic and focused on the colors and the fonts and all of how everything looks, then you're not going to get the results that you want from your marketing. Not even just from your social media, but from your marketing. Like, visuals and aesthetics can only get you so far if you don't have that brand messaging to back it up and make them feel some type of way, basically. And if you're like, Erica, I'm only a solo lash artist, which first off, there's no only about that. That's a big deal. But if you're like, I'm just a solo lash artist, I'm a one-man show, how do I need brand messaging? But this is the thing, is even if you are a one-man show, you were the only lash artist in your business, you were the only esthetician in your business, you are building a brand each and every day, whether you realize that or not. And the way that you talk about your business on your website, the way you talk about your business in your social media content, the way you talk about your business in your in-person conversations, all goes into the brand that you are building. Each and everything you say about your business or don't say about your business, and each interaction you have with clients, all of it, it's helping you either grow your brand or hinder your brand. And if you're not clear on what your brand messaging is, you don't know where you're positioning it, you don't know who you're going to attract, and you're going to find caption writing really hella hard because you have no clear pathway or clear idea of who you are as a business. That's what we're going to talk about today is what is brand messaging, why do you need it, and how is it going to help make caption writing a lot easier for you? Because if you are creating content consistently, you want to show up on social media consistently for your business, you're going to end up writing a lot of captions. So this is going to help really make that process a lot easier for you and make it a process to where you're not just throwing up a caption or throwing up a post just for the hell of getting something out there. Like, at the end of the day, you're so tired, you're just trying to get a post up, whatever. No, we're building your brand every day. Like, you're creating a movement, you're creating your empire, you're working towards your goals each and every single day, and your captions are helping you do that. It's basically like you're planting these little seeds every day. So whether you see the effects or the results of that content right off the bat, maybe someone's not going to like immediately book with you. Like that can happen, absolutely. Like someone could see your caption or your reel or whatever and book with you immediately. But even if they don't book with you immediately, you are planting these seeds every time you post a caption, and you're building your brand every time you post a caption. And in order to keep watering those seeds and to see the fruits of that labor and to see the outcome that it can bring, you've got to get clear on this brand messaging. So let's get into this and start talking about it, because I think this is a really important part of helping you stand out and just really helping you grow a solid business, especially if you're in an area where you feel like it is oversaturated. There's a lot of other lash artists, there's a lot of other estheticians. This is going to help set you apart, okay? And you're not just going to use like generic chat GPT captions that make you sound like everybody else. Now, don't get me wrong. Chat GPT is a great tool for your business and you can use it to your advantage, and we're going to talk about that. But you don't want to just use whatever chat GPT gives you generically off the bat, because you're going to sound like everybody else. It's going to be generic. And I know that your brand is not generic. You are not generic. There's nothing about you that's basic. You are incredible and amazing, and so is your business. So let's see how we can market that in your captions. So the first thing that you need to start out with here, and this is going to be like the cornerstone and the basis of almost everything that you do within your business, your marketing strategy, the way you set up your client experience, the types of clients that you want to attract, is like I basically call it like a brand reference sheet. It's kind of like a one pager that outlines who you are as a business and a brand, what you want to be known for, what your mission statement is. It really solidifies like what your values are as a brand. This really goes deep into who you want to be known for. So I'm going to give you just like a quick example of this, right? Okay, so if we're talking like, I usually use airlines as an example for this, because airlines, they all are going to get you from point A to point B, hopefully. But like, what's that experience going to be like? And what's the different feelings that those brands give you, right? Because there's all kinds of different price points for these things. There's all kinds of different amenities and experiences that you can have on different airlines. It's all going to get you from point A to point B, just like any lash artist could give you lashes, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the best ones out there or the best quality or the best experience, yada, yada, so on and so forth, right? And so, like, if you compare, I don't know, like Spirit Airlines and the brand that they have versus like a more luxury airline where you're like maybe paying thousands of dollars, but you get this private suite and you get meals and you get like the full red carpet service, like, there's a big difference in that experience, and there's a big difference in the messaging and the kinds of clients and customers that they're trying to attract. That's the same thing with you and your business, okay? You have to kind of decide, who are you as a business? Are we trying to attract those who are looking for lower cost services? And then there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just, is that who you want to attract, yes or no? That's up to you. Like, you get to decide that. Or are you trying to attract the more luxury clients? Are you somewhere in the middle? You want to decide who that is and who you are as a brand so that you can attract the right people. And not only that, but so that you can kind of cater every single thing you do in your business to your target audience. So that's what you have to think about first, is who are you as a brand? Who are we trying to attract here? And you can kind of lay out, what are your strengths of your business? What are the highlights of coming to you? What do your current clients love about coming to you? What do your past clients love about coming to you? What do you feel like you're really good at? What's great about your client experience? What do you want to be known for? Like, there's so many things, like all of these things. I just want you to like brain dump it out onto a piece of paper or like onto a Google Doc or something, so that you can kind of get these creative juices flowing as to who you are as a business. What kinds of things do you value? Like, if you're a lash artist, do you really think that natural lash health is important? Is that something that you want to be known for? Is protecting natural lash health and the integrity of people's natural lashes? And if so, like, how often are you even talking about that into your content? Because that could be like a value and something that you're really good at within your business. That's something that you want to be known for. That's one of your brand values. That's a core part of who you are as a company, as a business, as a brand, as a provider, as a lash artist. We need to incorporate that into this brand reference sheet for you. Another example for you, skincare line, right? What helps them stand out? There's tons of different skincare lines out there. One of our clients is a skincare line. One of the things that helps make them stand out is how high quality their education is. They really care about their people. And so they're really trying to help them succeed in any way that they can. And they have like education and support and resources for their estheticians who have accounts with them to help them succeed. And that's something that helps them stand out. So that's something that's really important to them, like a brand value, a standard, if you will, that they run their business by, is really high quality, thorough, in depth education to help you succeed. And that's part of their brand messaging, of what we pull into their content each and every single week. One of the things when I was lashing that was really great was that we had really comfortable recliners. I didn't really care that other people in my area might have had comfortable setups as well or comfortable recliners because I knew that that was still something that potential clients would be looking for and wanting, and that helped make us stand out in comparison to other lash artists in our area. So that was something that I was pulling into our content frequently. The comfortable, I hate that. Every time I try and say this word, I'm laughing at myself, but comfortability, how comfortable the experience was for the clients. That was like a core part of what we wanted to be known for as a business because it was a really good experience. It was comfortable for them to come in and relax. And that can be really important for like pregnant clients or like people who have back problems or people who just want a comfortable experience. So that's one of the brand messaging points, like the talking points, if you will, that we could pull into our content, into our website, and into consistently be talking about, even if it feels annoying to repeat it so often. But these are the kinds of things that you need to decide. Like, what is it about you that makes it great to come to you? Like, what is your mission statement? Like, what are you doing this for anyway? Call this like an external why. Like, why do you do this for your clients? What makes it so great for you? And how are you pulling that into your content? So there's all these different talking points, all these different messaging points, how you want to position yourself. If you want to position yourself as a high quality lash artist, a more luxury lash artist, or you want to position yourself as more of like, hey, I do lashes for the everyday woman to help every woman feel amazing and feel confident and put together and successful and ready to head out the door in the morning. And I want to make this as accessible as possible so that, maybe your price point isn't as high as others in your area, but you still have messaging points to kind of not say like, I'm going to be a cheaper lash artist. Like, we're not going to message it like that. But you can say, I want to be accessible to women because I believe that every single woman out there deserves to feel beautiful in her own skin and deserves to feel put together and ready to head out that door in the morning and not have to spend a ton of time on makeup. Like, there's ways that you can like message, like put the messaging behind this. That's not like, pick me because I'm the cheapest lash artist out there. Like, you could do that. And that's how you want to have your brand messaging. That it's up to you, honestly. But it's like all a matter of who are we trying to attract and how are we kind of like aligning our business and our brand messaging to attract that. Okay. So back to the brand reference sheet. This is something I want you to do this week. I want you to sit down and take 20, 30 minutes to write this out and decide who you are as a brand. What do you want to be known for? What are your strengths? What is the highlights of coming to you? What are different values you want? What are these different things that like you're really good at or you focus on? Or what do you do differently than other people in your area, right? Write all of these things out, all right? And if you're having trouble with this, you can actually ask ChatGPT to help you with this. Say, I really want, like, tell ChatGPT or any AI model really, hey, I want to solidify who my brand is as a whole. Can you help me? Can you ask me some questions to help me really understand who I am as a brand, who I am as a business, and like all of my like unique selling points, right? Some people will call them like USPs, like unique selling points. So you can have ChatGPT help you with this. I've also seen people phrase this as like, okay, have ChatGPT ask you like 30 questions about you and your business so that I can help understand you better. And that can be something that you do as well as you begin to train ChatGPT or an AI model on who you are as a business so that it can help you out more and have it be on brand and the right brand voice and all of those things. And that's kind of something you have to consider with your brand messaging too, is like the brand voice behind it. That's not really the kind of like topic we're getting into today, because we're just kind of focusing on putting together the brand messaging itself. But you can kind of think about, okay, am I more like quirky and unique voice? Am I more like professional and like really put together educational type of tone? Am I more like fun? I don't know, like more of like the alternative color artists, like color lash artists are probably more like the way that they speak in their content is going to be a little bit different than someone who's more like conservative and professional and really like traditional. And there's nothing wrong with either one, but it's like, what is your brand like, right? And is it authentic to who you are? Is it authentic to the types of clients that you want to attract, so on and so forth? So there's really nothing wrong with how you want to position yourself, but you just need to know how you do want to position yourself. So once you have this brand reference sheet, and like I said, you can have ChatGPT help you put this together, but once you have it put together, this is really going to help make content creation and writing your captions so much easier. Because when you hit like a block with like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to write about in this caption, I don't know what to make a post about, you can pull different messaging points from this reference sheet to help you create content and to write captions. Because really at the end of the day, the purpose of your content, like we were saying earlier, you're building your brand every day from this, right? And the like how you do that is by repetition of the different talking points and the different messaging points that you put on this reference sheet. So you're pulling from that and talking about those things. And it's like, it's not like you need to put all of those things in every single post every single day, but you're pulling different aspects of it into your content consistently. So when I talked about this on Instagram Live the other day, someone asked, well, like, how often do I really talk about the same messaging point? Like, it feels repetitious. I don't want to feel annoying. And the thing about it is, like, not everyone is seeing your content every single time. They're not seeing every single post or reading every single post like you are. So it's not feeling annoying to them. And also, there could be new people to your page, new eyes reading things for the first time. And not only that, but people have to hear about things multiple times before they make a buying decision. So there's all kinds of different factors in it. But if you are feeling like, oh my gosh, this feels just so repetitive, I feel annoying, think about how you can come at it with different angles, because you can take the same messaging point, and I'm going to use the comfortable recliners as another, like the same example. Like, okay, you can have like a reel showing them how comfortable the recliners are, right? Like showing them it visually, but then you can also like do like a carousel the next week and put it in a different content format and still talk about that as one of the points of why your client experience is so great, why they should come to you, because it's so comfortable. And you could put that in a carousel form. Or you could do a static graphic with it the next week, or you could do like a talking reel about it the next week. So it's not necessarily that you have to be talking about these things like all day, every day, and super frequently, but you have to be talking about them consistently. So like, don't be afraid to talk about it this month just because you talked about it last month. Like, consistently pull these things into your content over and over again. It's not about how frequently you're doing it, but it's that you're doing it consistently, right? Because if you only talked about it once 3 months ago, like, okay, you posted about it once. How many people saw that post? Do they even remember reading that part about it? Like, you are probably going to feel annoying with how repetitive you need to be on some of these things, but I pinky promise you it's going to make a difference as you build your brand and your brand awareness and like your conversions of people who are like, I came to you because you look like you have a really great experience, right? And it's going to help with that buying decision for them. I'll give you an example of this too, like I was talking about on the Instagram live that I did on this topic. It's like, okay, there's different lash artists in your area, right? If you aren't talking about all these great things that make your brand who it is, or make you who you are as a service provider, or, you know, what makes you stand out as a business, then what they're going to see is, okay, I have a lash artist over here and I've got a lash artist over here. They both offer lash extensions, right? But they're not really, it's just like before and after photos or whatever, right? So then they're going to kind of look at, you know, which style do I like the best? You know, which one looks better to me? And then which one's cheaper, right? That's what they're going to have to compare you to others off of. Your style of work from your photos and your prices. And typically that's going to get you price shopped because they're going to be like, oh, I'm just going to go to the cheaper one because I'm going to get lash extensions either way, right? But you know that you do all of these really great things differently than this other lash artist. Maybe the other lash artist does certain things differently or better than you do. And I'm not going to get into like all of the competition side of things because it's still community over competition. But you guys all have different styles and different client experiences and different pros and cons to coming to you, different pros and cons to coming to the other lash artist. So, how are you talking about the things that you do great in your content and on your website to make them want to pick you versus somebody else? That's the thing about brand messaging that you're really missing out on. And that's why it makes caption writing so much easier because you know who you are as a brand. You know what you want to be known for. And you have to pull that into your captions if you want to stand out in your area, if you want people to pick you versus somebody else, anybody else, right? Because you're going to find your people and those lash clients who are like, yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. They're going to book with you, right? Because you can have really great lash work, really good lash retention, amazing, like comfortable client experience, the top of the line products, all of the whole 9 yards. You could be going all out in your business. But like if you're not talking about that in your captions and in your brand messaging, how is anybody going to know that? Sure, your current clients probably do. But when potential clients are searching, if they're not finding that anywhere, they're not reading those things about you when they're searching for a lash artist to book with, how are they going to know why it's so great to be a client of yours? So just some food for thought there. This is important. The visuals are great, but you have to have the brand messaging that backs it up. So if you do not have like a really clear vision and a really clearly laid out, like this is what my brand is, this is what I want to be known for, this is who I am, this is our mission statement, this is who we help, these are our values, how I stand out in my area. You don't have a very, very clear picture of that. Then I want you to sit down this week and take 20 or 30 minutes and just brain dump these things out. Put it all together in a Google Doc or a note on your phone or somewhere where you can refer back to it anytime you need to. Then when it comes time to create content, pull content ideas from these messaging points. Pull caption ideas from these messaging points. It's going to make it so much easier when you're like, oh yeah, let's talk about how comfy the recliners are, or how great the retention is, or how much I protect natural lash health, how much I educate my clients, how much I really go hard for our customers and, have all these resources to support them in their lash journey. Like whatever it is that you do, that's great. Like you can pull content ideas and captions from that. And it makes it so much easier to write things out because you know who you are. Okay. You know who you are as a brand. You know who you are as a business owner. You know who you are as a service provider and how you help people and why you help people in that way. And then you can actually use that with ChatGPT or an AI model to kind of train it on who you are as a brand. And here's everything you need to know about my business and my brand. Can you help me create like a content strategy that is on brand, that includes all these different content themes that I want to include? My goal for this month is booking new clients, pushing retail sales, or launching this new aftercare kit, or really focusing on trying to get more service add-ons booked, or whatever your goal is for the month. And then the AI model ChatGPT knows who you are as a brand, what content themes you want to have included, what's your marketing goal for the month, and then that can kind of create the next 30 days worth of content ideas for you. Now, whatever ChatGPT spits back out at you, you do want to go through it, make sure the information is accurate, because sometimes it can be kind of outdated, especially when it comes to like lash aftercare and stuff. Like they'll still say like the whole 24-hour rule, you shouldn't get your lashes wet, whatever. So you still have to go through and make sure the information is accurate, make sure it is on brand for your brand, and that it is like aligned with who you are as a brand. And you can kind of adjust things as you need to, but then you can put that on a content calendar. You can gather any like photos or videos that you need. Then you can schedule some time to sit down and actually like create the graphics or edit the photos or put together the reels or the TikToks. And then you go to sit down to write captions and you already know what you want to talk about because you're pulling from this brand reference sheet. Then you can also use ChatGPT to kind of like, okay, here's the post I want to create. Here's about my brand. Can you help me write an on-brand caption for this post. And then you still go through and you look at it and you say, okay, is this the right brand voice for my brand? Is it accurate information? Does this sound like me? Is this aligned with who we are as a business? That kind of thing. Like, still proof it, check it. And then you can kind of tweak it, make it sound more like you. And then you can go schedule that post to go up. And well, bam, you have this post created and you're not running into as much creativity block. You're able to kind of use ChatGPT to your favor without it being too overly generic or sounding like everybody else. And the thing with ChatGPT or any AI model, you're going to have to train it. And even once it like saves the memory about your brand and who you are, like you're still going to have to like give it feedback. And the more you can give it feedback and help it like train it and help it learn your brand and your business, the more it's going to be able to help you and actually sound like you. So another little hot tip for that is like, say it gave you a caption and you're like, okay, I'm going to use this as an outline. So you update it, you make it sound more like you format it how you want it, you put your hashtags in there, you do what you need to for the caption, and then it's ready to post, right? So it sounds like you, it's the right brand voice, the right brand values, the right brand messaging, it's in line, everything looks good, right? Now copy and paste that back into ChatGPT and tell it, hey, thank you for that outline for the caption. I updated it. Here's what the final version that I'm going to use. Can you update your memory to make future captions of mine sound more like this? Be a similar tone, a similar format, that kind of thing. And you can actually even take past captions you've written in the past or past blog posts, things like that, and put that into ChatGPT, like initially when you're trying to train it to learn about your brand, and say, here's some examples of my writing. And then that way it can help like already sound like you from the start. And also you can tell it, I want to be more like, I want my brand voice to be more exclusive, more luxury, or more like everyday, genuine, friendly, or more professional and education and put together. Like, you can tell it these things so that it sounds more like you. So don't be afraid to use it to your advantage, but don't just use it in a way of like leaving all the generic captions and making it sound like everybody else and all the cheesy emojis and things like that. There's nothing wrong with putting emojis in your post, but like we all know it overuses them like crazy and uses really random ones sometimes. All in all, don't be afraid to train it on your brand, but you have to kind of know who that is or what that is to begin with. So this is my challenge to you. Make that brand reference sheet this week and get that put together and see how much easier that makes caption writing for you and just content creation in general. And not only can it help you with your content, but it can also help you with your marketing strategy, putting together a client experience that really attracts the right clientele. Like, there's so many different things that knowing who you are as a brand can help benefit you. Like, there's so many ripples of that into your business and in your life. I hope this episode was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen to podcasts at so that you can get notified when we have new episodes go live every Tuesday morning. And if you are not following me on Instagram already, definitely go check it out because I do have a big announcement coming soon that I'm going to be posting on Instagram soon. So go follow me over there at LashBizBabes or at XO Erica Schramm. I hope you have a wonderful week and thank you so much for listening.